We're just gonna talk like this. This is life, okay? It's not always beautiful. In case you were wondering, I'm still having a very hard time with life. Who isn't? I started getting these vitamin injections a month ago, and I don't have the funds to do it right now, so I haven't had them in a week, and I can tell a huge difference. And I know people are like, oh, just take the supplement, and yes, but the idea was to get the injections to get my body back up to like a normal amount while taking the supplements like a few days after getting the injections, so that my body could consistently have the B12 and be confident. Well, that was rude. Lost you there for a second. Because, you know, why would I put this on my tripod that I have so conveniently placed right there? I wouldn't, because I'm running fucking late. That's why. Yeah, I've been taking these shots and I can't afford them right now, which really sucks. I'm feeling really anxious. This whole last month I felt really anxious because I don't know. I mean, I know they're just getting more and more expensive as life goes on. I just don't understand how I feel like everything's way out of control out of nowhere, and I don't know how or why. Anyways, sorry, this lighting is terrible and it's hurting my eyes. We're just gonna talk like this. This is life, okay? It's not always beautiful.
That's not true. I know that's not true.
Oh yeah, it is. I have tried for the past week to record my podcast, and I actually did record it a few nights ago in the evening, not in the locations that I normally plan on recording it in, and I stayed up later than I like to just so I could get it done, and I forgot to hook my microphone up correctly. So I did the entire episode with no sound. I gotta get dog food and then we can talk. Oh, feeding your dogs and kitties expensive food because it's good for them is so hard. So I got Nico Vita Essentials Fusion. I didn't know they had a Fusion line. I have never seen the Fusion line. Nico's been a little sick lately. I don't know what's going on. His gut's just not happy. So, goat's milk. If you didn't know, make sure it's raw though. No, not from the grocery store. You got to make sure you get the raw goat milk. But you can give your dogs and your cats goat milk, and it's really good for them. It's good for their gut because it's a prebiotic and a probiotic. And I don't know why my brain didn't think about goat's milk. My kitty is having some health problems, and I'm very sad about it. And I tried to put her on raw food a couple years ago, and I was not successful. But they told me I could heat it up for 45 seconds in the microwave, or I could saute it on a pan for a minute, because this brand, Small Batch, actually, I've seen it, they have a line that's like gently cooked, but it's still raw in a sense, that I've seen them carry. They didn't have any of that one though, so I thought I'll just try this one, but she's having some issues with her kidneys and her thyroid. She's on milk thistle, and I need to get her some turmeric. And then I'm going to call this company because they have a thyroid supplement, but their thyroid supplement says that you can't mix it with their kidney supplement, which makes me a little concerned. I have to look at the blends and see if they're different, because I have been giving her a kidney and a thyroid supplement for the last year from a different brand, which not all the supplements are equal across the board. You know, not all of them do the same supplements. So I gotta call them tomorrow and see what they think I should do to help her. We're gonna try that because raw's always been like the best options for cats anyways. And this brand, Small Batch, has 1% of like vegetables in their formula, and cats are carnivores and are really not supposed to eat fruits and vegetables. So I hope to God I can get her to eat it. She does take a probiotic though. I keep researching a probiotic to give to Nico, but then I keep fucking forgetting to order it. Like, what is the matter with me? Anyways, what we were talking about earlier is that I can't get my life together. The sun is going down and I need to hurry and film my podcast before I lose the sun. So I'm trying to think of a place I can go. I'm going to fill that. My podcast is going to be on a different channel. It is on my channel, What About My Coffee? Yeah, I should link it below. podcast 5 times, you guys. 5 freaking times. Because some of it is about like current events that are going on that are very tragic, and news is changing so drastically every day that I just can't keep up. So some of it I'm just gonna have to go with what I know. And I forgot to hook the mic up correctly. So let's not forget to do that this time. I need to get that. There's like a battery operated ring light that is really cool. That I think Jacqueline Hill posted about. And I need to get that. I need to get that because obviously this is what happens to me. And then I don't even film because I get so mad at myself and I'm like, oh, it's too late. I don't have time. I'm gonna fucking make it work. I'm tired of the excuses.
Just do it. Nike.
So I will check back in with you guys in a little bit because now I'm gonna go set up for my podcast. Hello, we meet again. It's been a couple days since the last part of the vlog that I thought he was coming in the drive-thru. I was like, Sir, that's not the way out. Of course, I'm leaving the Starbucks drive-thru, and yes, I did hit my tire on the curb, in case you were wondering. Trying to pull in because, like, who are these people when you stop at a light and you see a car's trying to turn in? Why don't you just give them the space? Like, 2 people would pass me, and they always go past you like this and pretend like they don't actually see you, but you know damn well they see you. Rude. Not a fan. I did not just go off that curb too. I always am like, why do I have to replace my tires all the time? And I have no idea. Don't you dare tell me in the comments either. I'm just running a couple errands real quick before I go to work. I don't want to go to work. I have a stomach ache also because for breakfast I had this trail mix that I got, which is very delicious, but you know, when you get to make your own trail mix, of course you're going to put more chocolate chips in there than you probably should have. So I had too much chocolate. And yes, it was my breakfast at like 3:30 in the afternoon. Don't judge me. I'm terrible at eating. I did, though, attempt to make some freaking French press coffee today. It obviously went well. It didn't go well.
How come it's not mixing with the water?
I don't know why I can't do it. Like, it either comes out too light or too dark every single time. Every time. I don't know why. It's not supposed to be this hard. I really want an espresso maker, but I can't afford one right now. That's not the right mentality. We don't say that. We backtrack. I need to... What is the right way to say that? I don't have an espresso maker. I'm going to get one eventually. Yes, I'm gonna get one eventually. Yeah. I did record my podcast and successfully get through it. Yay! So I think I was talking about that a couple days ago. I don't honestly remember because, you know, my brain. But I did finally get my first episode recorded and I have to edit it and put it up. I also have been working, and that's not an excuse, but I suck at managing my time. Who sucks at managing their time? I gotta know. I gotta know these people are. What are you doing to help manage your time better? Because I'm terrible at it. How do we become stay-at-home single dog parents and cat parents? Because I have a cat too. That'd be awesome. I also forgot to ask for light ice in my espresso. Look at this. I got an espresso. Like, there's nothing else to it. There's no reason for the excessive amount of ice. My thought, though, was, so we made this not-so-great French press. It's a little watered down, in my opinion, but also I'm a psycho that drinks, like, straight espresso. So it's probably fine for everybody else, but not me. So I usually like to add a couple splashes of water to my espresso, you know, an Americano, but I don't want them to do it because I'm psycho, and I want to do it myself because I don't want it to be too watered down. I like to add a couple splashes, stir, try. Add a couple splashes, stir, try.
Stir and drink, never let it settle.
Listen, I don't know. It's just how my brain goes. So I thought, instead of adding the water to this espresso when I get home, I'm going to add the watered down coffee that I made. It'll be nice. doing this have an espresso maker? Like, what kind do you have? Do you like it? Do you not? Because my budget is gonna be under $300 for an espresso maker. And someone had commented on TikTok that I should get this brand called like a Flare. And I looked it up, and it's like a hand press one. And listen, I don't want it like that. I need something more automatic. Like, I don't want to press things and pull things, and it was a very interesting looking espresso maker, and I don't want to do that. If anyone has an espresso maker and they really like it, let me know what kind you have, because I really need one, because I like to just drink straight espresso. I mean, I do like iced coffee too and stuff like that, which I could just get a coffee maker and then chill my coffee. I could also do that. I'm not sure why I'm not doing that. Also because I want an expensive coffee maker, and that's not within budget either. Like, the one I want is, I want to say it's like $350. Just unreasonable. That's so much money. Why? I can't with these markups. I can't. And we're home. I have to leave in like 40 minutes to go to work. I don't want to. Somebody go to work for me. I still have to feed my dogs and do something to my face, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes I wear makeup and sometimes I don't. I just don't get up in time. Okay, I have a really hard time getting out of bed, you guys. Like, a really hard time. I went to bed around 3 a.m. last night, which I know sounds really late for a lot of people. But that's like on the earlier side for what I've been doing. This year I've been trying to go to bed earlier than last year I was going to bed at like 4, 5, 6 in the morning. The year before that too. Like, I don't know how that happens, but it does. I'm pretty sure it's stress and anxiety. In fact, I'm gonna equate it to exactly that. But last night I went to bed closer to 3, and I still could not get out of bed till 12:30. That is ridiculous. That is so much sleep. I tried to get out of bed at 11:30 and I slept till 12:30, and I hate that. So anyway, if you have suggestions, do you have a hard time getting out of bed? What do you do? I know some smart ass in the comments is gonna be like, oh, go to bed earlier. I'm trying to figure it out. I have actually no excuses for the days that I don't work. Like yesterday, there was absolutely no reason for me to go to bed that late. But the days, what happens, listen, let me tell you. What happens is I work 3 nights during the week. And then if I pick up a shift, I try to aim for a daytime. But like, I'm working tonight, which is not one of my 3 nights. So what happens is I don't leave work until somewhere between 10 and 11 at night. And then I come home and I gotta let out my dogs and I gotta eat. And usually I eat immediately when I get home because I have to eat before midnight now. My body needs, like, it'll mess things up. And then I have to walk my dogs. And then after you walk the dogs, like, it's so hard just to immediately unwind because now my body is like all up and at it because, you know, I just went for a walk, and they're not short walks. They're like, I'm outside for almost an hour. I know if I like switched my walks to the daytime and then let them out for a short amount of time at night, maybe it would work. It for sure would work for Kaya, but I don't know how that's gonna work for Nico. He struggles with this schedule just like me. So I don't know. And then my brain starts racing, and that's when I get really creative, is after midnight, my brain's like, oh, this is really funny. We should do this. We should do that. We should do this. And then I spend all this time writing down these ideas because I think that I'm actually going to get up the next day and film them before I go to work. That's cute. That's a cute thought. Anyways, if you have any suggestions besides go to bed earlier, let me know. It's obviously later in the week. I can't remember where we left off last, but I just got done recording my podcast. And listen, this is really funny. Okay, I don't know which episode I'm going to use because I recorded one the other day, and then shit just like hit the fan so fast with the topics I was talking about that I feel like it's too old to use. So I kind of decided that I really have to make sure that the days that I film my podcast, I can then edit them that same day. Like I have to edit them that same day so they can be up the next day, right? So I had filmed that one really late in the day. Oh, so I wasn't able to edit that same night because it was super late. Well, so I was filming the episode down the street because I'm staying with my parents right now. And it's just too noisy in my house. There's just like no way to have any privacy. Like their floors don't have a lot of insulation, so you can hear them above me. So I wasn't sure if my mic would pick it up. Probably not, but I just didn't want to deal with it. So I went to the parking lot at one of the churches by my house, and I was almost done filming the episode, and that church parking lot has like a spot where you can recycle cardboard. And they pulled up to recycle the cardboard while I was there doing my podcast, which is slightly embarrassing because they don't know that I'm doing a podcast, and I don't want them to know about my podcast because we don't really agree on the same things. So I guess it's not that I don't want them to know. I just don't want them to know about it right now. I would actually rather them not know about it ever because we don't agree on the same things, like I just said. Oh, those are cute little goats. My neighbors have like goats and sheep and horses. So yeah, so I'm sitting there and I'm in like mid-sentence, and then out of the corner of my eye, I see what looks like their vehicle pulling up. And I know they're watching me, and I know that they know I'm there. And they like go to swing around to obviously leave the parking lot. And I just like look down because I had my laptop on my lap for like my notes. So I just look down the entire time and just pretend like I'm reading something. I don't want them to know that I was doing my podcast. That is so funny. I like to the universe likes to embarrass me in fun little ways. I think a lot of people don't go after certain aspirations and dreams of their life because they're afraid of what their parents will think, and they don't want, like, a lot of us live our lives the way our parents want us to live them and not the way we want to live them. So this is why I don't really want them to know about my podcast. And maybe when it's successful one day I might bring it up. But I mean, we are going to have discussions about religion on the podcast because I am not religious. I don't believe in any organized religion. The idea of, Jesus and things like that, like I'm not against people believing in that. I think it's okay to believe whatever makes you a better version of yourself. And, I think like the commandments are very important. Like you shouldn't steal and lie and cheat and murder people and things like that. But other than that, I just have never felt like an organized religion is for me, and it's not for a lot of people. So anyways, my parents, as lovely as they are religious people, and I am not. I'm on my way to go pick up a bottle of wine. I need to get some gas. Super excited about that one because gas is real expensive right now. Loving it so freaking much. There's an update on the space down here that I'm staying in. It is so bad back there. You have the anxiety because I keep cleaning it and it keeps getting dirty, and then I keep cleaning it and it keeps getting dirty. I can't wait for construction to be over so that it's not dirty anymore. Little Miss Kai Kai was just having some dinner over here. Just having some dinner. Hi, girlfriend. I can let you wander a smidge right now, but not a ton. Anyways, so here, oh, this mess is so bad. Okay, so we took the oven out because we're getting the floor cleaned up back there. Leave it. Good girl. I know you're normally like in your stuff on that, but I gotta throw that thing in the washing machine, girlfriend. So we've been trying to tear these floors up for, I mean, I wouldn't say like, I guess we've tried for a few nights in a row to tear them up. We had to go get a special tool, which I don't know where it is. So we've been trying to pull the glue up off the floor. Let me show you. So he did get quite a bit of this glue. So this was so caked. It was so incredibly caked. I don't know if there's still some glue showing, but we had to like get down to the cement floor because the glue that, like this is remnants of the glue. It was so thick that we bought a special chemical to like help. It was supposed to help remove it, and it didn't. We used like different scraping tools to scrape it off, and then my dad ended up going to Home Depot, and I don't see the tool down here that he got, but he had to get this special scraper tool for the floor just to get it up because there was so much glue just so that we could finish laying the tile. It was so bad. But now we've primed the walls over here. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to see because there's no lights over here, but we've primed these walls and the ceiling. I gotta get some light fixtures for in here. This has never been completed, like never been primed all the way, never been done. I'm really excited. This wall got re-primed because I did prime that once a couple years ago for them. And then, so we just got to do some more primer over here. I imagine they ran out of primer, but it's coming along and it's gonna look so good. And even though I'm not here for a very, very long time, I hope not anyways, but even though I'm not here for a long time, getting this done, it's gonna be nice that when I do leave, that they'll have a completed basement. That's gonna look really nice. And I'm excited for them. What are you licking? Go back in there. Come here. Do you wanna go outside? Are you going? Okay, let's let you outside. You gotta have ears. You gotta have ears on that one. She is so freaking sneaky and she tries to always get into things, no matter what.